Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. Normally, we will rock this place up as a warm up, but it's with a heavy heart and a heavy soul in memory of Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Charlton. It hit me 45 minutes ago with the news, and it's with shivers of memories as a legacy fan that I am, passed from my grandfather to my father. You see, my grandfather was a massive Bobby Charlton fan, a Manchester United's fan. He was in Belgrade to watch the Red Star Belgrade versus Manchester United in that Europa Cup League. It was the same what happened in the Munich disaster as well, when Bobby Charlton survived. But my grandfather never stopped raving about how happy he was to see his idol play and score in that game. And then, of course, my father got born, and my father grew up with George Best, which was his idol. They always had arguments who was the better footballer. Was it George Best or Dennis Violet or, Sir Bobby? But what Sir Bobby has done off the pitch as well. You see, for me, it's a every hero has a story. Every legend has shaped its path. You survive that air crash, and ever since then, he's been a fantastic ambassador, representing everything what Manchester United is all about. The DNA, the never say die attitude. And then, of course, we had Sir Alex Ferguson that came from Aberdeen. You could arguably say there was the Busby Babes and Matt Busby that shaped the DNA, but on the pinnacle of that, on the statue outside Old Trafford, there is Sir Bobby Charlton. There's George Best. There's Dennis Law. These are the legends of the club. These are the legends that, for young and old, should always be remembered. So let us take a moment of silence and remember our Sir Bobby. May your spirit guide us today. May their spirit be there, Bremen Lane, today. Lord, help us, because Sir Bobby is always with us, shining down from heaven, looking down, and give us, boys, our victory today. Boys, play for the honor of Sir Bobby. Play for the honor of everyone that died for this club in the Munich blast in 1958. An icon, a hero has fallen. Your fight is over, Sir Bobby. Rest in peace. Sorry, Jarvis.
It's okay, man.
I don't feel like a football game right now.
Yeah, I understand it's emotional for you, Mick, and the story with your grandfather.
This is, Manchester United was the first British team that went out to compete in Europe with the Busby Babes, if you don't know, right? And this is how they became the famous Manchester United, right? Caught the attention of my grandfather that was living in Yugoslavia, right? Back then it was the communist times, so they didn't get much of a pleasure, but they loved the football, right? So that's how my grandfather fell in love with Manchester United, because of Sir Bobby Charlton, right? 1966 World Cup final as well. The victorious World Cup final. 68 also was it 69, the European
68 against Benfica.
in Benfica, yeah.
United won the final, and Bobby Charlton scored 2 goals. Incredible performance, and he guided us to the first European championship.
Anyway, there's 22 of you watching If you're gloating on Arsenal, I don't know what Arsenal is doing at the moment. I don't give a rat's ass. If you're a United fan, welcome to the show. In the honor of Sir Bobby Charlton, let us be victorious. Jarvis, can you take it away for a bit? I'm gonna just remove myself.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so it was a tough news to swallow, but life moves on. We have a game today, so now today we will focus on the game, and I hope the players will do their best to in honor of Sir Bobby Charlton to win this game. We're away on Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. It's going to be a tough game. They're a defensive team. We will try to play against a low block. I'm very excited to see what kind of team Ten Hag has selected today. In my personal mind, is I want to go with forward swingers who can go to the byline and cross to Højlund, but we will see. I suspect that he will choose Bruno and Rashford. That's my prediction. Oh, and we have a super chat here from Alien Tenno. He said, I had the honor of meeting Sir Bobby a few times. Really, it was good. Man really was a legend in every sense. We never die. United, United, United. Very strong words, tough words, and good words from Alien Tenno, Manchester United legend and a season holding ticket holder. And you are a lucky man, Alien, who get to meet such a good man as Sir Bobby Charlton. He's one of the three big ones. He's on the Trinity statues outside Old
Yeah, the
Trafford
Trinity.
with Dennis Law and George Best. So if you've ever been to Old Trafford, you have probably seen that statue. It's an iconic. It's an iconic statue for Manchester United. I see a lot of good comments here. I see Jamie Wayne say, "Love you, Bobby. Fly high."
I just literally uploaded the video I made. That's why I was out. That's why I'm late. I did a 9 minutes memorial video for Sir Bobby. You know, that's what he meant to me. You know, and what is meant for the club, the whole history, basically. So I just released the video right now. It's up there on YouTube. It's a beautiful video, but we'll see. Anyway,
Yeah.
I got shivers. I instantly think about my grandfather. That was something that we had in common. That's the thing. Like when he was alive, we always talked about Manchester United. He was always talking about vintage. He's talking about you haven't seen. You know, he was arguing who was the best striker. You know, my dad and him, who was always having arguments. You know, George Best. You know, but who was your who, according to your opinion, who was the better striker in the entire Manchester United history? I mean, if you look at Busby Babes as well.
Yeah, it's hard to, because I never lived those days and see it by myself. I just seen the legend videos and all of that, and I don't have a personal relationship to it as you do through your granddad. But for me, it was like George Best. He was the player that was fun to watch because he was always dribbling. He was something else. But I've seen all the clips and goals from Bobby Charlton, and he had a hell of a shot, if I can say so.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, he was like a horse kick. It was super strong, and the ball
Horse
always
kick.
flew. Yeah, and the ball always flew straight up into the corner. So it was a great player, and you know this history about the Munich disaster, and you know Bobby Charlton. He was on that airplane, but he was
Yeah, he
one of the
was.
survivors. He was dragged out of the plane, and but he never spoke about the Munich
He never
disaster
spoke about
afterwards.
it.
You know,
No.
it was those days when men didn't talk about their feelings, and if he said something, he will always say that he would make the football do his talking, and it sure did. He was a great philanthropist. He was involved in a lot of charities and against, for example, landmines, and a big contributor helping other people, and also a Man United ambassador and director. So he was very involved in the club, and in a way we are standing on the shoulder of giants like Bobby Charlton to be what the club is today. I want to go back to the chat. I see we have a lot of love flowers of Manchester. Say Jamie Wayne, RJ say gone but not forgotten.
True. I mean, forever will live. I mean, that's what I said. I open like, every hero has its story, right? Every legend has shaped its path, and what Sir Bobby has is, you can arguably say that he's been an instrumental part in shaping the DNA of, Manchester United. I mean, you can go, that's we've been relegated, I think 3 times, 4 times, stuff like that, But you have the generation of new kids that don't really understand. They grew up with Cristiano Ronaldo. They grew up with, But you got to understand the history, right? To understand who we really are and what it means, like And he was there, like he lived up today, and you know. But correct. He never spoken about it. Like he was deeply shocked. You could understand. Like you lost half of your teammates, right?
Yeah, he
And
was a young man at that time. He was only 21 years old. It's a
but
tragedy to live through.
But he played also a pivotal part in building the club up from after that disaster, right?
He did.
And we made it. And we made it. And he never lived to see the Glazers fucking get out of this club.
No, that's one of the saddest part. We never saw the club be free again from the tyranny of the Glazers.
I'm sorry if you come to a funeral stage. It's just me dragging it down. But let's just, guys.
Yep.
Usually we are pumping it up. We are playing a game. But I'm just
1 minute left till the lineup comes.
Gone but not forgotten. True, people. How are you doing? Are you getting excited still? It's a game we have to play. But these guys need to rock up for Bobby today. Yeah, they need to.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, idiom. I see you. Good evening, guys. Gone not forgotten. What are you saying, mate? Good evening, guys. Firstly, rest in peace, Sir Bobby. Also, up the Reds. Now, it is up the Reds, guys. If you can't turn up for this event, then I will never watch you again. Yes. I don't get it. After grief comes anger, denial. You go through, what is it? 6 stage of griefs, I guess, as well. Glasses up for Bobby. Yeah, big up, So the lineup is now coming up. By my understanding, I received a buzz on my app. And good evening, by the way. How you doing? How did Arsenal do, by the way? Did they lose? Did they bottle it, or what's going on there?
Yeah, let's have a look. Arsenal is playing at the moment. Are they done? No. Yeah.
Oh, we have the lineup.
Chelsea.
Woohoo! Yeah, we have the lineup. Listen,
Good.
if I'm correct, it's Onana, Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof, McTominay, Amrabat, Anthony, Fernandes, Rashford, Højlund. Is that true?
Okay, no Regulon. Lindelof at left back then.
Subs: Baynder, Varane, Eriksen, Hannibal, Mount, Van de Beek, Garnacho, Martial, Pelistri. This is from Man United app. Let me see if One Football has it out as well. Hang on, love.
Hang on, I know.
Hang on, love. Guys, can you confirm this? Sorry about this funeral stage, man. I mean, I was really devastated. Really, this hit me with it like a ton of brick.
Yes, I have the lineup here, and I can confirm it. It's the right lineup. You were 100% correct, Mick. We have Onana in goal, and we have Lindelof at right back, Johnny Evans at right centre back, Maguire at left centre back, Diego Dalot as left back, Sofian Amrabat and McTominay in the pivot. We have Bruno Fernandes in the 10, Anthony on the right, Rashford on the left, and Højlund starts up as striker. So that's our team. And here we have it. Yes. That's
Oh,
correct.
wow. Madre mia.
Mm.
Okay, let me just land a bit. Let me just zoom this one in. Yeah, can everyone see it? All right, so this is pulled up from One Football app, as we say. Onana, Kit Kat Fingers is back in goal. Hopefully, he's tied those sticks up pretty much. But like we see that Lindelof is playing right back. What the hell? Yeah, but he used to play right back at Benfica, so it's fine, right? They're not going to
Yeah.
attack us. But what is this?
The thing
Evans
is,
and
is
Maguire?
the thing is, Regulon is not even on the bench, so he wasn't ready to start today.
He wasn't fine.
No.
He's going to probably make a start against Copenhagen. But do remember that we do play an important Champions League game on Tuesday as well. But McTominay, people was calling him out to say, yeah, McTominay should start. So yeah, everyone called up for McTominay. That means that Amrabat will play more as the single pivot D CDM. So I can see more if we look at it. McTominay, Rashford, Fernandes, Anthony. Hi, oh, this is a good one. I like it. It's attacking. That means that I think that McTominay will be more and more of the box to box, right? Fernandes will
Mm-hmm.
play more of his central role. Fine. Anthony will provide, his defensive shield going up and down. The way I see it right now, Jarvis, with
Yeah, yeah.
Lindelof, protecting Lindelof, and Lindelof is quite all right. Dalot, Rashford, that works fine. I'm not worried. Maguire, Evans, that is a little bit of a shaky ground. But if we look at their lineup as well, that's the only way we can sort of analyze it. So they pretty much start with a pretty much three. Oh no, they actually do a 4-3-1-2. Very unusual.
Fotheringham in goal.
Hmm?
Fotheringham in goal. They have Thomas, Jack Robbins, Trusty, and Bogle as right back. They have
Is he trusty
Hammer,
though?
Sousa, and Norwood.
He's a
And
very trusty.
Hammer, Vinicius Sosa, Norwood, and McAtee as
McBurney,
striker. No, tenor, and
Archie.
McBurney and Archer. So,
No,
to be
no,
honest, I
they're playing
haven't
with
heard of
the. They
any of
don't play
these
with the
players.
striker. They're playing with two. It's a weird formation.
Well, they do play with two strikers, and
Two strikers.
McBurney is the only one. I remember him last time Sheffield United was up in the Premier
Yeah,
League. He likes to work hard all the time, and he will constantly be a threat to our center backs, but he has no goal threat in my mind. So we just like to have to keep him away from the goal, and I think
yeah,
we will be fine.
yeah. Listen, I don't know. The only player that I know about is McBurney. That's the only player I heard about. The
Yeah.
rest, it's untrusty, like number 5 trusty. I don't know. So they look like they're playing like a back 4-3-1-2. Well, anyway, okay. So they're playing with the 4-3-2, 4-3-1-2, and if we match it up with us, we should be all right there. That means
Mhm.
that it's okay to start Maguire and Johnny Evans.
Yeah, well, when is it okay to start Maguire and Evans? But we'll see. We'll see. But we have Varane on the bench if things goes wrong. I see our bench. One thing that I'm missing is Mainu. He's not on the bench today. He's not ready yet. I was hoping to see Mainu today.
Mhm.
Um, and we have a strong bench. We have Varane, we have Garnacho, we have Martial. Donny van de Beek is on the bench, so he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
come in and play a role. And Mason Mount, Money Mace is on the bench. I was
Money
expecting,
Maze.
yeah, I was expecting Mason Mount to start today, but he's apparently on the bench.
Oh.
So, but we have a strong players on the bench. So I would say Ten Hag can change this up pretty fast if things doesn't go our way.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and we have like Pelestri and Garnacho, the two youngsters who can come in and do something. They are flair
Yeah,
players. They can
yeah.
dribble. They can shoot. They can do things
Yeah.
on their own.
But Jarvis, they if you look at this lineup, they're looking at that lineup and say, "Ooh, this is going to be tough, right?" You got to have like Hoyland running at them. You got to have Rashford running at Anthony running at them on the wing as well. You got to have McTominay running at them as well. It looks like we are going to go quite offensive in a way. Dalot can bomb forward. Lindelof is more a little bit he want to bomb forward, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried when I see this lineup.
Yeah, well, I just want to say what I see, what I think of at the first is what we have talked about, the width. We don't have any width. Dallo with his right foot on the left side. Okay, he can take the width for Rashford, but he doesn't have a left foot, so going down to the byline isn't the thing for him. And same with Lindelof. He's
Yeah.
no attacking player, and we know Anthony and Rashford like to cut inside. So basically, we have no width, and that's the biggest problem, because if Sheffield United get this game into their hands and play a low block, we will struggle. We will
Mm.
actually struggle. So I hope Ten Hag has a remedy to fix this.
Yeah, it's basically what Michael Hill is saying. Like, the Sheffield fullbacks are not so good actually, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Bogle and Thomas, right? Um, so yeah, no, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at I think the last fixtures they lost 4 and drew 1, right? So obviously they had 2 weeks reset to work on the strategies, but still it's the same team, different formation though, because they usually play like a 3-5-2 system.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But now
They do.
they're playing at home, so yeah, we'll see. The weather plays a big part too, because it's been very windy and rainy, and obviously it's going ahead.
Yeah,
Guys, what's the
yeah.
VR saying? Sorry for this funeral introduction, but we have valid reasons to do so, as one of our fallen legends has, you know, laid down his weapon and rest to peace, Sir Bobby. Right? So bench looks good. We have then Varane. Obviously, he's going to rest because he's Champions League Varane. Ericsson is off the bench as well if needed. Hannibal I like as well. Mason Mount, Mount is what you say, also good. We do have quality on the bench. We do have
We
quality.
do.
Garnacho, Marshall, Pelistri. Not worried at all. Now, the question is, guys, you see that 0-0 on top of me there? You see it? What do you think that's going to be when the game finishes? I said 3-0 United, but you said 3-1. I don't see them scoring.
I said 1-0.
You said 1-0.
Yes.
Woo!
That's my
Woo!
prediction. I think we will
Woo!
struggle. But
Woo!
if we score early in the game, get the first goal, things will open up and we can have more goals. So that's the key, to score first. Always the
Mm.
key when it comes to football. But if we'll struggle, and we haven't been really effective when it comes to scoring goals. We create a couple of chances, but we
Yeah. But
don't
listen,
utilize
we
them.
have Johnny. He's good on set pieces. At least if we have a corner, we have Slabby head, and we
Yeah,
have Evans as well, right?
coming
We
with
have
this
to,
big slab.
and McTominay.
We do. We are strong in the air this game. That's actually a good thing.
Hmm?
And have you seen the weather in Sheffield, Bramall Lane? It's supposed to be raining. I saw the Liverpool game earlier today. It was raining all day,
Okay.
all the game. So it will be a wet pitch. Um, so the ball will probably be much up in the air, and that's a
Yeah.
good thing. Strong.
Box is saying here, according to the flash score, Sheffield United have 9 first team players out injured. Wow. Guys, if you know the weather there in Sheffield, I mean, it's kind of across Scandinavia as well. It's been raining, it's been windy, it's cold. I don't know where you are, but you're in the dark there up in northern Norway. So yeah, I can see your window is dark.
Mhm.
But is the weather the same? Is it cold and rainy, windy?
Well, it doesn't say any rain. I'm watching the weather channel now. It's 8 degrees and
Eight
just a slight
degrees.
breeze and no rain.
Wow.
So it's actually not that bad as it looks at the weather channel. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not in Sheffield.
Yeah. Yeah. 4-0 is what Lisa Jensen's saying.
Get in there,
4-0?
Lisa.
Get
Really
in there,
good.
Lisa. Positive,
I like
positive.
the
In the
positive.
spirit. In the spirit of Sir Bobby here. Rashford and Anthony. Yeah. Mark Davis, what you say, my friend here. Hi, Mick and Jarvis. Big up both of you. Away record is not that good, Mark, but hopefully it could turn around today,
Mhm.
I mean, I know that Ten Hag, I was watching it, we were covering the press conference, and he had respect. You should have, because every team you play at Premier League, since Manchester United rock up, they treat it like a World Cup final. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't say the bad teams, but yeah, we should be able to get 3 points.
Yeah, we should. 3 points is the bare minimum for us against Sheffield United. They are last in the table. They have only one draw and lost all the other games, as far as I
Mm.
know. So they will be relegated. They won't play in the Premier League next
No, they
season.
were not.
I see Box say Hoylund hat trick. I like your
Well,
optimism, Box.
I also
Hoylund,
said that
yeah.
yesterday. Michael Hill, what you saying? The weather is like over here. What are you saying? What's the weather like over there, Jarvis? We don't know. We don't know. We are
If,
not in
are you
Sheffield.
asking the weather in Norway or the weather in Sheffield? The weather in Norway is like 3 degrees outside, no rain, but it's not too bad. At
Yeah.
least it doesn't snow outside.
Edward Reed is coming here, throwing his toys out the pram and saying, "I'm so fed up with Haag.
Hmm.
Why are he's currently continually so stubborn picking players? Why don't deserve such as Rashford?" I think, Edward, I think it's because we are playing Copenhagen, which is much, much more important Champions League must-win game. So I think so. I mean, these you got to think about rotation. Like we're playing on Tuesday. Today is Saturday, 100%. Mark Nurse is coming here to say he cannot join us. He's really sorry. He apologized. He said, you know, tell Jarvis to reduct Snickers.
Yeah,
He will join afterwards.
it's duly
Mark,
noted. It's noted, Mark. You will be deducted 3 Snickers for this show.
yeah. Listen, Arsenal went 2-2 today, right? Whoa. Seriously?
What? 2-2? It was 2-0.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
2-0 to who?
Chelsea.
Oh, wow. I
No, it's
told you.
yeah, it's 2-2. Trossard
I
and Rice have
told you.
scored.
This
And
is my
Munich
score
and
prediction.
Palmer scored for Chelsea.
That was my score prediction yesterday. I said 2-2. I said a
Yeah.
draw. Clip it. Clip it. I said it.
Clip
So
it.
what? Wait. What did the fake blonde Harlan score?
Who?
Mudrik. You're in the mood.
Is he
Really?
a fake blown Holland?
Yeah. Mick.
He's a
He
pace merchant.
scored. Yeah. 87th. Chelsea's up. Don't tell me Arsenal's going to get this last minute goal like that. What they did against City, right? 2-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I said
2-2.
that. It's a.
84 minutes. It's 5 minutes left plus added
So
time.
wait a minute. They bottle it. Let me see. I haven't watched the game. Ooh, they were like, yeah, you're right. They had a 2-0 lead.
Hmm.
What is that we say? A 2-0 lead is the most dangerous score in football, isn't it?
Yeah, I would prefer leading 2-0, to be honest. So I
Crikey.
never
Crikey.
understood that saying.
So they came late. Declan Rice, 77 minutes. Trossard in 84th. Wow, they're
Yeah.
not pumping it right. They're pumping it right. I don't know. People are probably watching the game, hence why we don't have any United fans. We are 39 people watching in this stream. Fair enough. I knew that.
Yeah, 39 legends. So glad you guys are here.
Yeah, 100%. These
Yeah.
are the loyal realist TV. Jolly Sport, what you saying? Trossard goal 2-2. Yeah, we missed that. Yeah, weather in Norway, was Michael Hill was saying. I'm just catching up with the VR stars. Yeah, that's why I said Mark
Yeah.
Davis.
So, Mick, did you see the other games today? I saw Newcastle winning 4-0. They are really scoring goals at the moment. They are looking super good. And we are playing Newcastle
I,
in a couple of weeks' time in the League Cup. How do you think that will go? Newcastle are firing at the moment.
yeah, cup is cup, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Listen, I didn't watch one single game today. Kid you not, right? I didn't. So United is the only game I'm going to watch.
And
Um,
Liverpool won against Everton in the local derby.
was a
Against
penalty.
Salah scored 2 goals, but Everton had a red card, and I
Yeah,
saw that Konate should have a second yellow and a red card, but unfortunately the referee bottled it on Anfield again. So
again.
yeah, we know how it is. We know what it is. They are
So
afraid of
City was 2-1. Not bad, not bad. Newcastle, yeah, they whooped Crystal Palace, of course. All right, not a bad
not.
day at the office. I know. Should we that we have a legend here knocking on the door? He apparently used to be a 5-star Michelin chef. He is the legendary, the one and only Gordon Ramsay. He's going to cook us a ratatouille.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Hey.
It's Peter. Alien Tenno, how you doing, my friend?
68 Bobby Charlton shirt on.
Oh,
Love you, mate.
Go on.
Kiss that one. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's go.
If these players can't get up for this game, get out my club.
Yeah.
Get out. If you haven't got the passion to play for Man United after losing one of our legends, you don't belong playing in our club. It's as simple as that. Get out.
You
Do
hear
it
us.
for him.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear what Peter's saying. Peter, you normally are traveling away going fan. You're going to all the games, but not today, right? Good luck.
No.
No.
Well, you can see all the rubbish behind me. I'm putting a new kitchen in.
Yeah, I know that. New kitchen. Chef Gusteau is going to cook now. Seriously. Like Scott McTominay, he was cooking last game, but now he's getting a start as well. He almost got a hat trick. You know, he had 6 minutes of madness, Peter. And you were at that game as well. No, you were not at the game.
No, I wasn't at that game. No. I was getting over my injury, wasn't I?
Yeah. Scotty's at the wheel. Hey, Cookie, how you doing? So my dog predicts it's going to be a 3-0 to Manchester United. That's what she's saying. Woof, 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 3 times.
You know what, Mick Jarvis? I was expecting Garnacho to play instead of Rashford today. Really?
Yeah, maybe Garnacho will start over Rashford in the Champions League.
Well, I mean, I can understand him. Like, I can understand not playing Varane because we need to win against Copenhagen, don't we? It's as simple as that. But I think, look, Sheffield United, they're on the ropes. Yeah, it's atrocious weather. It's, you know what I mean. It's going to be slippery conditions. You've got a fast-paced player in Garnacho. Utilize him. Rashford's played international. Give him a break. Play him on Tuesday. And maybe even Palestri as well, instead of Anthony. I mean, but I mean, I'm looking at the I don't think it's a back four we're playing. I think we're playing Evans, Lindelof, and Maguire as a back three.
You reckon?
And I think Gallo is going to be a left wing back. And I think we're going to alternate between Amrabat and Scott McTominay as right wing backs. Personally.
Okay. All right, then. All the way from Sydney, knocking on the door, we have Sajiv. How you doing, Mr. Verma?
Hey, Sajiv.
I'm good. I'm very good, Mick. How you all doing, bro?
How you doing, my man?
Yeah.
Good,
yeah, no, he hit me with a ton of brick with this news.
Yes.
I'm wrestled. Yes, I'm absolutely shattered.
I've heard this news and yes, it's a very sad news to hear about Sir Bobby Charlton. He was a former World Cup for like England, I believe. He has won a I believe I heard he has won a 68 Champions League or something.
Yeah.
Is that European Cup?
Benfica.
Yeah. So I mean, wow.
That's for me, when I got the news, there was you, Peter, that sent it to me basically on WhatsApp. Like I didn't, I was like, what, and it instantly hit me because there's so many memories I have with my grandfather. Is rest in peace as well. Like sadness. But that's why I'm agreeing with Peter's. Like if you guys cannot turn up, like what you did for Kathy. Remember when Kathy passed away, we got that late goal score, like for Kathy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So hopefully we get the same thing here, like for the spirit of Sir Bobby. Let's go and get him. Let's smash them, right? Yeah. Interesting. What do you reckon about the lineup, though, Sajiv?
Yes, I'm. To be honest with you, I'm actually shocked that I'm actually kind of shocked. Like, Region actually hasn't actually started. I'm not sure. Maybe I think just maybe because the fact that he just came back from injury or something. Yeah. Other than that, I think I don't understand why is he still starting Rashford, to be honest with you. But I think this Rashford's experiment has to stop for a while. To be fair, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Just give us freaking 3 points today, mate.
That's 3 points.
Just give us 3 points. I don't know what the weather is like over there. Do you?
Pissing down.
Pissing down. Yeah, it's going to be a
Pissing
difficult
down.
big. It's going to be.
It's English weather. You know what I mean? It's like, this is it. Slight tackles.
So Pete,
I believe last time we played. Actually, last time we played in a like a watery pitch. It was at Leeds United. Was it like seasons ago? Like the pitch was so watery. It was so flooded. You know.
Yeah. Is it fair to say, like, oh, big up Juddy Sports, Sergio, we're playing the Champions League with the Verona. Yeah. You know, usually say who blinks first, but Pete, I would say here is who slips first.
Yeah, it is.
Are you running?
It's going to be one of them. And I'll tell you what, Tom, you know, who's on Nuruddin's channel, has been on yours. He's from Sheffield, and he'll tell you what it's like in Sheffield when it starts raining. It's, you know what I mean? The waterlogged pitches.
The 7 Hills.
Yeah, in the 7 Hills and not the round ones.
No.
Jarvis, you know, you're dealing with tires. So, you know, it's like tires. Either you run with slicks tires or how does it work?
When you need to do rain tires.
Okay, so we need to have rain shoes on.
Drainate the water in a good way.
Michael Carrick beat Wayne Rooney in his first game. Middlesbrough 1, Birmingham 0.
Oh.
So Baz's got off to a start. You know what? Leicester won again.
Did they?
Oh, Leicester City. 13 games, 12 games, won 11, lost 1. Leicester.
Wow. Yeah, they're going straight up again.
We had a straight weather update from Juddy. Says Sheffield is sunny apparently, whilst London is raining.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that's a new one. I'm not shocked that regular not in. Not shocked that trashy stars. Not shoved that mount not in. Come on, Edward. Edward, we feel you, but it's not. You know, 3 points, Edward. You know, I understand. I'm just thinking that. I'm just thinking because of the Champions League on Tuesday, we are looking at, they're not going to attack us that much, so we're going to start with Maguire and Evans. Fair enough.
I just want to bring out this for Jale because, you know, Jale, he's been on.
Oh, sorry, hands. Bring it back.
Just want to say, no fun to lose the legend of our club. Yeah, I respect Jale. And they say, hey, from my hospital bed, I've been walking a lot today, 20 rounds around the top floor. So good to have you back on your feet, Jale. That's good that you are.
Well done, Jale, man. Big up.
And safe. That's really good. Yeah, go back to the controls, Mick.
Yeah, no worries. We're not going to have a watch along because Papi is out as well. We have a lot of injury squad members here at Realist TV. You know, Mark couldn't make it either. But we surely will be back after the game and we're all going to, you know, win, lose, or draw. We're always there. So we're going to do the match reaction. But
you know what, Mick? Being English, I've got a split screen going on because Man United and England rugby team play at the same time.
Yeah. And Ireland is playing. Yeah. So Jay Daly will not join us today. Jay will not join us today because it's semi-final in rugby. Ireland is playing.
Yeah.
Every 40 years.
I'm watching both.
Slange. Go with the Greens.
Semi-finals of the rugby. Who's playing? Peter?
It's England v South Africa.
Okay.
Wow. That's big.
And Ireland against.
New Zealand are in the final.
Oh, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh, Edward is coming back. He's coming back from the dead. He's joining the positivity train. He's going, to be honest, even with the team picked, I do expect 5-0 win. Big up there. There's the positivity now. 29 likes. I know people are still stuck on. Is that game finished now?
Yes, it's 2-2.
2-2.
There was.
Okay.
I predicted a draw between. I did predict a draw.
The bottle it. So what's the league table looking like then?
Chelsea,
Liverpool top.
If we beat Sheffield United, we'll probably be 8th or 7th, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. We got 7th.
Seven
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah. No, Spurs are playing on Monday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they are Fulham. Yeah.
Spurs will beat them. So, like,
You know
it
what?
is.
I watched the Merseyside derby earlier today. Ashley
I
Young got
didn't watch
sent
it
off
though.
for
I
2
didn't watch it.
yellows. And how Canate didn't get sent off for 2 yellows was unbelievable.
Okay.
I think
Look,
the ref
lads.
bottled out.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
that one.
if we currently look at the current table right now, City is now back on top, 21 points. Arsenal 21 points. Liverpool on 20. Spurs on 20. That's your top four. Newcastle's hanging around on the 5th spot with 16.
Newcastle
And we,
just beat up Palace.
I know, but if we win, we are on 12 points. We get like what, 15, right?
Yeah, 15.
Not so bad return. Not so bad. That means that we are just basically 4 points away, 5 points away from getting into top four. Top four, yeah. Season is
Gotta
long.
win first, Mick.
Yeah. I'm gonna be positive, mate. I don't see us dropping points to get against Sheffield. Never say never. Never gonna jinx it.
You never know, do you?
You never know.
Never gonna jinx you up. Never gonna let you down. Never
Come on,
gonna
Edward. You can stay.
roll around and.
You can stay.
Yeah.
I understand your frustration. We all feel this, Edward. He says, I think I'm still pissed off with the takeover. Bobby's passing away, Liverpool winning. I'm going to leave the stream. So my negativity attitude just infect you guys. Love y'all. Yeah, but I understand you. We all feel frustrated about the takeover. But today we focus on the game. And United, we will win today. We have to win. There's no other way around it.
Listen.
Sir Bobby, they will play for Sir Bobby. And if they don't, my God, they will have the wrath in the post game show.
Gentlemen, I have to love you and leave you. My government is calling for dinner. Jarvis, you can finish up the stream, but I go patriotic 3-0 Manchester United. I gotta leave the stream, but if you guys still want to be on, please feel free to run it, or we can close the show.
Mick.
Yeah, Jarvis, what you're saying? You want to keep going?
We can go on for 5
You
more
close the
minutes.
shop.
Yeah.
I trust you. You have the keys to the kingdom.
No
Let's go,
problemo,
Reds.
mate.
See you out, guys.
Have a good
Everyone,
one.
don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Smash that like, please. For Bobby Charlton, this is for Bobby. Let's go, Reds. Okay, Mick is leaving the building. Ciao.
Ciao. Okay,
So,
then
Jarvis.
there were the 3 amigos.
No, you're still me.
He's back.
Ciao.
Oh, just me and Peter. So, Peter, why don't you go to the Sheffield? It's not that far from Manchester to Sheffield. It's like an hour with the train or something.
Well, it is, Jarvis. I'm foolishly trying to install a new kitchen myself.
Like IKEA.
And I've bitten off more than I can chew, unfortunately.
Oh.
So one of my mates is coming round on Monday to help me get it going.
Well, it is what it is. At least you tried, and then you can say you failed. But it doesn't matter. If you tried, you tried. I did myself today. I was fixing the washing machine. The washing machine was sounding like a train coming in a tunnel. Something about the bearings. I don't know. So I took it all apart, and now it stands. What's wrong? All down, and I don't know what to do. So I bet
Buy a new one.
I will go and buy a new one. But at least I tried.
It is, man. I mean, I've got about a third of it installed, but look, listen, the mind wants to do it, but the body can't, if you understand what I'm saying. So it is what it is. You learn, you have to learn that you can't do things like you used to anymore. And sometimes it's easier just to pay a bit more money for someone else to do it than you.
Probably is. I see Yale here. He's having lasagna for dinner today. I was shocked. Okay, so it wasn't good, Yale. Probably one of the hospital food. It doesn't taste good when it make it on the hospital for 1,000 people at the same time. How many people did you used to cook for at the same time, Peter?
The most I've ever cooked for, as in what you call blind cooking, which is when you do what you call service, when the restaurant opens and you get orders that come in, is over 300 people at the Chester Grosvenor. I've actually catered for over 1,000 people, but I knew what they were going to eat before, I actually had to do it. So it's easier that way. But when you got a blind cook, as in you don't know what people are going to order, and I'm talking about 300 in the space of 2 hours. I can tell you, man, you're all in ass. I'm telling you.
Were you like Chef Gordon Ramsay, like yelling at the servers and all of them?
Oh man, I could tell you some stories, Jarvis, about being a chef. I've seen pots, pans fly everywhere, people getting dunked in the sink and everything, man. It's crazy, but it's the stress of the job. It's chefing is one of them unique industries where you can never get on top of your job. You're always got something to do. You never get 5 minutes break, and it's just the way it is. A lot of people can't handle that. They can't. It's a unique thing to be in. After 25 years doing it, I was kind of like, okay, I've had enough of this. Like, goodbye.
I see Jamie Wayne here gives you a question. Yo, Peter, how's the knee, mate?
It's okay, yeah. It's not too bad. It's healing okay. I've got to go back to see the nurse on Monday morning, actually.
Okay.
I'm quite busy on Monday, and hopefully it's looking okay. Not like I've been in touch with me. I can't say too much about it for obvious reasons, but I've been in touch with me solicitor. And I give them all the details. Like, obviously, you know that I'm suing Man United, so you know it is what it is. I just want to say big up to Joel Marlin, because I know, you know, he's had cancer and that. My wife had mouth cancer, and it's not nice.
No.
She had reconstruction surgery on her tongue. She had a third of her tongue cut away, and they split it from down the front and pulled it back, pulled it forward to make a new tongue. Without being too graphic, but it wasn't nice. Like, so big up to him. I know what he's going through, and I wish him all the best. I really do.
Everybody smash the heart in the comments for Yala, so he will recover. I see here Juddy Sports say Jarvis has been elected new president of the channel. Yeah, all hail President Jarvis. But I just want to say, let's go back to the game for 2 seconds. So how do you expect the game to play itself out?
I think Jarvis, the game. We should take the game to Sheffield United, but therein lies the problem. As in, you know, they could be springing a trap on us. From what I've seen, I haven't seen a lot extensively of Sheffield United this season per se. I don't think they're a very good team, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful to him.
Yeah.
But we should be flattening this team. We should be. And I think I can see us with, you know, unfortunately what's happened, and the boys get up for it. And I think they will. I think the boys will get up for it. Knowing Eric Ten Hag, you know, he's a man who's got a lot of pride himself, Eric Ten Hag. I think he'll rally the troops. And I can see us flattening on 5-0. I can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think we'll unleash our fury on them with what's happened to Sir Bobby.
Yeah.
Then again, it could go the other way. You never know. But seriously, we should do.
No, they should give it all in every duel against Sheffield United. But we got to remember, as I've been saying, because I expect a close game, that they will play a low block and we will struggle, because we got to remember Bramall Lane. It's floodlights. It's Saturday night. They have had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. This is their cup final of the year. You got to remember, they were relegated and came up again to the Premier League. They haven't played many good teams on Bramall Lane lately, and the crowd will be up for it. You know, this is their cup final. They will give everything to win this game.
Well, the thing is, Jarvis, last time we played them, Ollie was manager, and we lost 2-1 to him at Old Trafford in lockdown, if you remember.
I remember.
When we was going for the league, when we finished second to Man City, which was a pivotal moment. I'm not saying I'm not saying we could have won the league, but that defeat didn't help us, did it?
No.
At that moment in time. So, you know, they've got history against us, Sheffield United, and you know, they're a proud team. They come from a proud city, and they won't lie down for us. But I just think head to head, person for person, player for player, we should be too strong for this team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuses.
There's actually strong connections with Sheffield United and Norway. We have had a couple of players in Sheffield United. One, if you all remember, in the 90s, there was a big guy with blonde hair called Jostein Flo, the big brother of Tori Andre Flo, who played at Chelsea.
Yeah, so Andre Flo.
Yeah, but Jostein Flo, that was his biggest brother. He was playing for Sheffield United, and they had a fullback called Roger Nilsson. He was from Norway, and Jan-Åge Fjørtoft actually played for Sheffield United one time. So we have had a lot of Norwegian players in Sheffield United. So there's strong bonds, and there's a lot of supporters for Sheffield United in Norway. If you didn't know,
yeah. I mean, Andre Flo went on to play for Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah, he was really good at this time. He played with Gianfranco Zola and that Chelsea time before.
Mark Hughes was there as well with him at the time.
But he was like Solskjaer. He never cemented his place in the first team. He was always coming in. He was on the bench like super sub, and he had his spells, but he didn't perform at a consistent level. So he was never picked in the starting 11 in the big games. But he was a good player both for Chelsea and Norway. And now he works in the Chelsea youth setup, and he helps out up and coming players. For example, Mason Mount. He had Mason Mount under his wing when Mason Mount was a younger player in Chelsea. And the way Chelsea do it, they have one person who are assigned to watch over a couple of the young boys who goes on loan, and they go out and visit them, see that everything is okay, that they have housing, that they have a chef, they can make them food, that they get enough sleep and all of that, and follow and gives report back to the club. So that's one of Chelsea's strongest thing when it comes to the youth setup and loaning out players. And in a way, that's how I would like Man United to work, because we used to be that way under Ferguson. He was very strict when he bought new players, and the youngsters always, where are you staying? What are you eating? Do you get enough sleep? Do you have an environment around you that's good for football? And now you see players sitting up like Jadon Sancho playing PlayStation till 3 a.m. in night and coming to training late the next morning. So this is a problem at the club at the moment. I think we got to remember these are young kids. They are 18, 19, 20 years old, and basically as me, when you're that age, you're just a kid. Even
of course, I mean the way football's changed, Jarvis, the dynamics of football, is social media. It's everyone owns a mobile phone, cell phone, whatever you want to call them. We all have multiple friends that we never meet. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't beat meeting people in real life, but we have more friends digitally than what we do physically. Yeah, and this is the problem now for managers. Any football club, in fact, any sport in life, is these players have access to a vast amount of people that previously generations never had that access to. Like Fergie, for example, you mentioned, there's a famous story where he went round to a party and Ryan Giggs and Leage were hiding in a wardrobe because Fergie crashed the party and said, "Get home, you're a footballer." Well, you can't do this on mobile phones with players. They can get up at 2, 3 in the morning. Someone pings them a message and they're like, "Okay, yeah, how are you?" Blah blah blah, this and that. So I don't like to use this word, but how do you regulate that type of information? If you understand what I'm saying, where the player needs to sleep, he needs to turn off, focus on football, not just on social life. Of course, everyone has a social life. That goes without saying. But primarily, you're a football player, and your work is you're being paid to be a professional football player. There comes a time when you have to regulate yourself and say, well, I'm turning social media off because I need to concentrate on my job. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem I think a lot of teams, managers are facing, is how do we stop this constant onslaught of players being barraged by people who just want to get in contact with them.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you're not talking fans, you're talking, you know, reporters, you know, shills, acts, whatever you want to call them. Everyone wants a piece of the pie, don't they? And they're constantly getting barraged. Problem is, if you turn your phone off and a family member wants to get in touch with you, it's like, why have you got your phone turned off? I'm trying to get hold of you. So it's a dog-eat-dog situation for them, isn't it? To a degree. I suppose the only way around it would be, logically, have two phones with two numbers. Maybe.
Yeah. I remember hearing stories about in Fergie's time, he used to have a network of like bouncers and bartenders and everything, because every time a Man United player came in, they just took up their phone and called Alex Ferguson. So he knew where everybody was at all the time. So it wasn't easy. I don't know, Manchester's a big city, but no, it's not that big of a city.
Yeah, you know, the two guys, Webby and O'Neill. Webby used to be a bouncer, like, at Old Trafford and a few clubs in that around. So obviously, you know, he was part of Fergie's network, if you know what I mean. I was looking at the lineup there, and actually, Jarvis, there's an ex-Man United player playing for Sheffield United today called Norwood, Oliver Norwood.
Oh, he's from the youth academy.
He is, yeah. He actually started off as a striker.
Really?
And he's in the midfield now.
Yeah, I see. He plays like a left midfielder centrally.
He is, yeah. He's dropped back because he must be in his 30s now, Oliver Norwood. Must be.
Cool. Do you remember ever seeing him play for Man United in the academy?
No, I can't remember him.
But we have a lot of players going through the academy and ending up like in lower levels, Championship and League One and all of that stuff.
Especially now. I mean, Jarvis, you know, I mean, the current setup at Man United it's not geared. I mean, we have a network of players where we get young players in. You know, they get educated. They do get educated at Man United. They come through, and if they don't, you know, if they're not what you call the real gem of a player, then they get moved on. I mean, you know, recent players being Savage, Iqbal, you know, Etan. A lot of players who you don't know, there's no kind of aftercare for them where it used to be. And this is before the Glazers took over. When the Glazers took over, it's like production line. If you're not going to make the grade, get rid. We're not interested. Paradoxically, they buy superstars to sell shirts, where the young players then have an even more narrow window of opportunity to break into the first team.
Yeah.
So you can understand why a lot of players don't really want to, as youngsters, don't really want to sign for Man United anymore. They'd rather go somewhere else. I mean, West Ham, Southampton, Brighton, lately, Brighton's only been the last 8-10 years where they've had a good youth system per se.
Yeah.
But West Ham have always had a real good youth system. Man City have as well, to be fair. Leeds and that. You can understand why young players want to go there, because they know they'll be given a chance if they're good enough.
Yeah.
And it's
here book says Danny Simpson, Danny Drinkwater, Matty James, Richie Delatte.
Richie Delatte, yeah.
So there's a lot.
But one of our best youth players ended up being a Titan player for Barcelona, which is Gerard Piqué.
Yeah, Gerard Piqué, I remember. But he had
we had him as a youth player at Man United, and we let him go.
He came in and had a couple of goals. So
So, you know, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's a fine balance, Jarvis, isn't it? You got to get results. You know, it is a results business game. Simple as that. Yeah, you've got so-called superstars. I hate to use that, superstars that are on big money. I mean, classic example today is, for me, Rashford played midweek. Yeah, okay, scored for England. I don't really rate international football. I never have. Not like it used to be. I mean, I can remember teams from the 70s, especially the Brazilian West Germany teams were machine teams where players would get blooded internationally and then go on to have league careers per se. Now, to me, international doesn't mean anything. It's not the same. Classic example today is Rashford should have been benched and Garnacho should have been playing. You're playing the bottom, I think the bottom mid of the league, are they? Sheffield United, bottom of the league, young player, chomping on the bit. What are you doing?
The thing with Rashford is, we haven't played much. He played good lately, but now he scored a goal, and he's a confidence player. He plays on instinct. So if he has confidence, he's actually really good. So, he's been playing with a low confidence since the beginning of the season. But now he scored a goal, so maybe this will be his kickstart of the season, and we can maybe after the game we will sit here and say, wow, Rashford scored a hat trick. So we never know when it comes to Rashi.
Well, you don't. You don't, Jarvis. You don't but I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to learn to be a team player above all else, hasn't he? He is. I mean, you can understand that out and out number 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm from Chester, the city of Chester. Yeah, Liverpool signed Ian Rush from my home team, Chester. Oh. So I watched Ian Rush score banging 38 goals in one season for Chester.
Yeah.
And he was like, to say he stuck out like a sore thumb at Chester. We were third, I think we were 3rd division then. Yeah. And obviously he signed for the mighty Liverpool. This is at the end of the 70s. Yeah. So you look at a player like him and compare him to Rashford. Ian Rush is head and shoulders above Marcus Rashford, like he really is, because he was a team player. He knew how to put himself about in the box. He knew whether he had to pass or whether he could take a chance on, and he knew to gamble. Rashford is just gets the ball, and it's like, I'm glory hunting. That's it. I don't care. You've seen it in the Champions League game where he could have passed to Oyland and he tried an impossible angle shot. And it's like, just slip him the ball and you've scored.
It's
you got to be. I can understand players want to make names for themselves because, that's what you're getting paid to do. But you also have to have the brains about you to understand that I can't score from here, but I've got a teammate who's in a better position. Okay, maybe that teammate mightn't score, but at least present him the chance to score. Than you shooting from an impossible angle where it's just going to end up in a goal kick. And that's the difference. It's called decision making, isn't it? That's what it is.
It is. But we all know that Rashford's decision making is terrible. As I said, he's an instinctive player. He when he thinks, he does the wrong decision. But when he play on instinct and doesn't think, he do the right thing. So for me, I think it's about confidence when it comes to Rashford. I see the time is running. It's 10 minutes until kickoff.
Yeah.
So glad that you can come on, Peter, and have your say. We will
no problem, my man.
We will do a sum up of the game afterwards. So tune in and come on, get in United. What's your final thoughts on the game? What's the result?
I think, obviously, unfortunately, rest in peace, Bobby, with what's happened, the players should be fired up and we will flatten Sheffield United. And I'm sticking with 5-0.
5-0. Get in there, Peter. I will stick with mine. I think we will win 1-0. I hope you are right and I am wrong. Yeah. So let's have a good game. Come on, United. 10 minutes.
Come on, the Reds.
Go United. Come on. Have a big one. And remember, Glazers out and hit the like before you go.